You're listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode 131. Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets. What's up, coaches? In this episode, I'm going to share with you an entirely new way to experience your emotions. I'm so excited to share this with you. I feel like this builds off of our previous episode, which was all about how to feel unstoppable, how to connect to the unstoppable energy within you to overcome any challenge or goal you have in your life. Now, in this episode, I'm going to share with you how to address resistance that you might feel and understand your emotions in a whole new way, especially those more challenging emotions like doubt, fear, and anxiety. So think about a goal, a decision, or an opportunity right now that you have resistance to. You probably have resistance because you're having a mix of emotions such as doubt, fear, and anxiety that are causing you to slow down, hold off, or avoid the opportunity altogether. Now, you might have this idea, and your clients are going to have this happen too. The rule that you have is, I shouldn't have the doubt, the anxiety, and the fear. Something's wrong if I'm feeling the doubt, the anxiety, and the fear, and I should wait until the doubt, anxiety, and fear goes away. So it's an overall sense that what you're feeling is doubt, anxiety, and fear, and that is a problem. And since that's a problem, you probably should not make any changes or make any decisions or do anything. Now, what I'm going to share with you is going to blow your mind. All of the emotions you're feeling are valid. However, they might be mislabeled. So here's what I mean by that. What if the mix of emotions that you're feeling right now can all be summarized in really one emotional state? What if what you're really feeling right now is what it feels like to be alive? Let me say that one more time. What if what you're feeling right now is what it feels like to be alive? You're feeling the feeling of aliveness. I want to share with you the moment of my life where this really came true for me. When I graduated college, I had the opportunity to stay in the United States and work a cushy, comfortable 9-to-5 job. But then I was also invited to take an opportunity to teach English in China. And I was not really sure what I was going to do. But I had a lot of fear and I had a lot of anxiety about going across the world to live in China by myself. However, I also felt very much out of alignment, taking this 9-to-5 job, doing work that didn't really light me up, that I knew I didn't want to do it long term. I just felt like it would be the safe route. So I remember when I was in the interview for this 9-to-5 corporate job, and it was in HR, and the recruiting manager said to me at the end of our interview, he said that they would like to offer me the job. And he laid out for me all the benefits I'd be getting, all of the salary that I'd be getting. It was like one of those jobs where you can very quickly make 6 figures or more. And I remember that moment where I got really honest with myself. And I said, I know that this job is not really what I want. As afraid as it is to say that and to honor that and acknowledge it, I know it's not what I truly want. What I want is I want to move across the world. I want to teach English abroad because I knew that that was also going to help set me up for my coaching career as well. Because as I was teaching English in China, which spoiler alert, that's what I ended up choosing, that was when I started planting the seeds for what became my coaching business. So I knew that I wanted the adventure. I wanted to choose the life of adventure, not the life of comfort. I wanted to choose the life of excitement, not the life of complacency. So I remember telling this recruiting manager, I said, I'm going to decline this opportunity because I want to go teach English in China. And I remember his look on his face. He wasn't expecting me to say that. He was very surprised. He said, wow, okay, well, that sounds very exciting. Good luck with that. And let us know when you come back. And we'll see if we have any opportunities for you. And I said, thank you so much for your time. And this is when I started to feel all the emotions start to surge in. I started to feel the fear, the doubt, the anxiety, all these things. But then I realized what I'm feeling is alive. I remember leaving the office and stepping outside. This was in Boston on Newbury Street, which is a very popular shopping street in Boston. And I remember all the people that were just walking around me doing their thing, but I just felt like my head was spinning. I just felt all the hair sticking up on my arms. This is what it feels like to be alive. I felt like my whole life was opening up in front of me. And it was scary. It was overwhelming. There was a lot of unknown. But instead of having this fear of the unknown, it shifted to an excitement of the unknown and a curiosity of the unknown. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And I realized this is what it feels like to be alive. So whatever it is right now that's causing you to have some doubt, anxiety, and fear, what if instead of labeling it like that, you told yourself, what if what I'm feeling is alive? And what if what I need to do is lean into that and take action that moves me closer to honoring this alive feeling? What if this is not wrong and this is how you're supposed to feel? Right? What if what you're currently feeling in your life up until now has been stagnant and comfortable? And now you're just really waking up to your life and it's getting exciting. It's getting interesting. You don't want to sabotage that by saying, I'm feeling energy in my body. That must be doubt, so therefore I should stop. That must be fear, so therefore I should stop. What if you're feeling alive? And this is what life is all about, right? Feeling alive. This is your opportunity to get to discover new parts about yourself and uncover new possibilities for you. When I bought that plane ticket and I moved across the world, I knew so many things were going to change. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I just knew it was going to be good. And that's exactly what happened. And this is exactly how I felt when I decided I wanted to start my own coaching business not too long after that. I had all these same feelings and I reminded myself, this is the feeling I love having. I love these moments when I get to feel alive. This is often what comes up as well whenever I do public speaking or have to present or choose to present. It's all this surge of energy. And I used to label that as doubt, fear, and anxiety, but now I just don't even label it as such. I'm like, this is what it feels like to feel alive, right? Often those moments of our life that are the most defining, those moments where we're honoring our truth, our values, that we're expressing our story, these are the moments that bring up all that energy, and these are the moments when you most feel alive. Lean into those moments. Seek out those experiences. Chase them. Honor them. These are the moments that you live for. These are the moments you feel alive. So instead of thinking, I'm scared, so I should be careful, what if you thought, I'm feeling alive? How cool is that? Or instead of thinking, I have doubt, so I should stop or slow down. What if you thought, I'm feeling alive? Let's keep going. Let's go faster. So the thing that you are resisting the most, the one thing that you're resisting the most in your life, in your business, in your relationships, that is the thing that's going to take all of it to the next level. On the other side of the resistance that you're having is freedom. It is total freedom. Okay, so you know exactly what it is that you need to do. And you might be waiting for you to feel a certain way in order to do it. You might be thinking, okay, well, I just want to feel confident. I want to feel ready. I want to feel safe. And the truth is, those feelings usually don't happen. They don't really come. It's about jumping in even when you don't feel totally ready or prepared. Knowing that you're going to be okay. Knowing that this is what makes life amazing. Right? Think about how boring it would be if everything felt comfortable. If everything just felt so comfortable. It would feel so boring. So those moments in your life where you feel all those emotions stirring inside you, those are the moments that we live for. So one new rule and mindset you can have in your life is I can do things even when I don't feel ready. I can do things even when part of me is resisting it. You are the person that can do things even when you don't feel like doing them, even when you have doubt, fear, and anxiety. Now think about an unknown that is in front of you right now. You are wanting to do something, but you resist it because you're a little bit afraid or a lot of bit afraid of the unknown. You're like, I don't know what's on the other side. If I choose to do that, if I choose to say that, if I choose to launch that, if I choose to create that, I'm afraid of what's on the other side. I'm afraid of the reaction, the response, the outcome I could get, I could not get. I'm afraid of the potential judgment. I'm afraid of the potential rejection. I'm afraid of the changes that it could create. What if you replaced all of this fear of the unknown with excitement of the unknown? Because really, when you think about it, when you don't know all the answers, this is what makes life interesting, right? When you don't know all the answers, it makes life exciting. If you knew all the answers, if you knew exactly how your life was going to unfold, it would be very boring. There would be nothing exciting about it. You don't want to have that in your life. A lot of people, unfortunately, live like that. They just want to stay in a nice little comfortable bubble where they know exactly what's going to happen day in and day out, but that keeps them incredibly small. And unfortunately, it fills them at the end of their life with lots of regret. And many people feel that regret and they ignore it and it sits inside of them and they live their life knowing that they're not really doing what they're capable of doing. They are not living up to their fullest potential. It is the number one regret of the dying. There's been tons of research on it. So instead of being someone that is afraid of the unknown, choose to be someone that's excited about the unknown. Right? When I booked that plane ticket to go to China, I had no idea what was going to happen when I got off that plane after the 16-hour flight. And I arrived in Shanghai, China. I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to experience here. I know barely anything about China. I knew that I like Chinese food. I like Panda Express, which is not even authentic Chinese food, but it's still good. But I didn't really know about Chinese culture. It was all so new and different. And when we hear new and different, our primitive brain goes to fear. It goes to, that's scary. But the higher consciousness that we have, the higher version of ourselves, the more evolved part of our brain finds excitement in that. Like, oh my gosh, it's new and different. And that's what makes it exciting. That's what really makes life worth living. Okay? So I want you to recognize moving forward beyond this episode, whenever you have fear, doubt, and anxiety come up for you, check yourself. Go, wait a second. What if this is what it feels like to be alive? Whenever you are outside of your comfort zone, you're going to feel a lot of emotions. You're going to feel fear, doubt, and anxiety. But that's also what makes life amazing, right? We grow outside of our comfort zone. Growth is what gives us fulfillment in our life. Growth is what provides us with meaning and purpose in our life. We're not going to get that just sitting in the comfort zone doing the same exact things and expecting and hoping things to change. We've got to make decisions and pursue goals that stretch us beyond our comfort zone so we can feel all those emotions which allow us to feel alive. Okay? So some of you already are coaches, or you're already in the academy, or you're going to be in the academy, or you have some kind of background in coaching. Don't use your coaching skills against yourself because a lot of coaches think, okay, well, my thoughts, It's all about my thoughts. And my thoughts create my emotions, and my emotions generate my actions, and my actions are going to give me my results. But don't use that against yourself, because you might think, okay, well, right now I am feeling afraid, and because I'm feeling afraid, I'm going to not do anything because that's the way things are supposed to be. My emotions are going to drive my actions, so I have to wait until I do something about my emotions, or I have to wait until I do something about my thoughts, right? You might think, I might fail. That might cause you to feel scared. And because you're scared, you're procrastinating, you're hesitating, you're avoiding, and that's not getting you anywhere. So as someone with coaching knowledge, you might understand that framework. You might get it. Don't use that against yourself and go, okay, well, that's just how things are for me, right? That's my thought, that's my emotion, and that's my action, and that's the result that I have, right? You can still do it anyway. You can still show up for yourself regardless of what you're thinking and what you're feeling. You don't have to wait until you think something or feel something in order to do something that you want, that you know is going to be scary. So whatever it is that you are called to do, whatever it is you know is nudging you towards the life you want to have, whatever type of behavior you know is going to move you and elevate your life, all the emotions that brings up for you, let that be there. Tell yourself, oh, this is what it feels like to be alive. Don't wait for you to feel comfortable. Don't wait for you to feel totally motivated or even prepared or ready. This is why so many people stay stuck. Because like, oh, okay, well, I need to wait until I feel inspired. I need to wait until I feel confident. No, you're supposed to feel all the different doubts and anxieties and fears, but you still show up for yourself and do it anyway, because that's what it's like to feel alive. So what if you just imagine that you had on a big whiteboard in front of you, you had your emotion. You wrote out your emotions. I'm scared, I'm afraid, I'm doubtful. And we put a big X through all of it, and we just replaced it with the word alive. What does that change for you? What kind of a difference does that make? What if all that fear and anxiety, it's just aliveness that is running through your bones? So all those things you might be labeling and your clients might be labeling like as fear and anxiety, this is what it really is to be alive. You can also, the last thing I want to say before I wrap this episode up is you can allow multiple emotions to coexist. So you could say, you know what, I know I'm feeling nervous, but I'm also kind of excited. I'm also kind of curious, right? I know I'm feeling, part of me is feeling afraid, but I'm also feeling kind of intrigued and open. You might think, I'm feeling very doubtful, but I'm also feeling kind of rebellious. Like, just what if I have the audacity to do this and try this? Like, I'm rebelling against my own doubts. I'm rebelling against the stories that I was told I should believe about who I should be and what I am capable of. So if you're going to have your fear, doubt, and anxiety, that's fine, but at least also give yourself an opportunity to create some openness, curiosity, excitement. Let that be there too. All right, so that's what I got in this episode on feeling alive. So I want you to notice those moments where you have lots of emotions stir up for you. Think about some kind of opportunity that you might be on the fence in pursuing right now, right? Maybe it's just, I want to post a video online and I'm scared of doing that. What if this is what it is to be alive? Like, oh my gosh, how cool that I'm going to be sharing my voice. Or if you're thinking of producing or making your own podcast, I want you to lean into those moments where you feel alive and see what that creates for you. All right, that's what I got in this episode. Before you go, I'm going to include a little snippet from one of our students in the Academy. I know you love hearing their stories, and it's a great way for you to learn from them, see what it takes to be a successful coach. So listen to the story coming on up, and I will see you in the next episode.
This is Yamato Yoshioka. I'm a student with TCA. I started late February this year, and I'm still an active student for about over 8 years now. I had a huge life event that made me really rethink about my own life and what values I want to bring to my life. And serving people was one of them. And so it's taken me a long time, but as soon as I kind of pictured myself coaching, I knew this was it. Currently work as a senior level manager at a global company, and I've had the last 20 years with this company. I've been challenged, I've grown a lot, grown in influence, positions, promotions. And at the same time, I knew this wasn't my final destination and I wanted something different. And like I mentioned, developing and mentoring and helping others and serving others was that missing piece. And so I knew I was destined for something else when I arrived at coaching. So I did like a decision analysis. I lined up probably eight different academies and programs, and I was looking for a few things in particular, obviously coaching skills, but business skills. And I definitely wanted a program that had practicing and real-time feedback of coaching. And then one thing that really also drew me to TCA was the lifetime support, which was it was definitely a bonus compared to the other programs. And I remember giving myself like 1 week, because I could have just continued on with the decision forever. I gave myself 1 week, but as a complete package, TCA was definitely what stood out for me. Just seeing the impact to the clients that I've already been able to create has been a huge, coming from a place of service. It's been so enlightening and energizing. So I signed up, I think it was late February. I had pro bono clients like in March. um, and first paying client was in late May. And I've had two others since. Honestly, the timeline is surprising. I kind of keep notes and I look back at my own growth and what I had charted out as an image when I didn't really know anything, and what's actually happening is happening so much faster. There's no doubt about that. The flexibility of time and location to do this business is a huge benefit for me. Wife and I have 5 kids and it's very busy, so having a flexible schedule is something that I look forward to on the personal side. If you're somebody that's considering the academy, you're probably at a moment or at a time in your life where you're kind of drawn to this for a reason. One of the things I think that happens is the fear of starting, which I definitely experienced, is you downplay your ability to be successful and then you sort of overvalue the status quo. And looking back on that decision to start, I completely see the equation the other way. The success ability is exponential when you jump in, and then it really shows the cost of status quo was really high. Like, really looking back, I wouldn't want to be there. So that's what I would tell. Is definitely the upside is huge, and status quo, the cost of it is also bigger than you probably think. In the program, I would say the advice for students to be successful is, one, to know that you have your own uniqueness. I'm definitely finding that we all students that I've been working with in the academy, we all have very different backgrounds. We all have very different styles and personalities, and it all works. We're all unique, and we're all going to have unique clients that are drawn to us. My advice would be to not compare yourself too much to others, but to actually find how you're unique.
Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coach's secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.